Have you ever wondered why your great grandma is named Gertrude, but your cousin's name sounds like it belongs in a sci fi movie? Well, buckle up because today we're taking a fun and fascinating journey through the top baby names over the last 10 generations. We'll dive into what made these names popular, how they've evolved, and maybe even answer the burning question: why on earth was everyone named John in the 1800s? Let's get started. First up, let's travel back to the late 1700s and early 1800s, a time when names were as sturdy as the wooden cabins people lived in. Names like John, Mary, William, and Elizabeth were all the rage. Why? Well, these were simple biblical names that reflected the values of the time: faith, family, and good old fashioned practicality. Plus, if you named all your kids John, you could just yell one name and get everyone to come running. Efficient, right? Fast forward to the Victorian era, where things get a little fancier. Suddenly, names like Victoria, Florence, and Arthur are in vogue. This was a time of elegance and refinement, and parents wanted names that sounded as sophisticated as the new lace curtains they just bought. And let's not forget Queen Victoria herself. She was basically the original influencer, making her name a must have for any respectable baby girl. By the time we hit the early 1900s, the roaring 20s brought us a whole new vibe. Names like Dorothy, Mildred, and Harold were suddenly the bee's knees. These names might sound a little old-fashioned today, but back then, they were the epitome of modernity. The flapper era was all about breaking traditions, but apparently not when it came to baby names. Harold, really? Guess some traditions die hard. Now let's move on to the 1950s, the post-war era of picket fences and baby booms. This is when names like James, Linda, Robert, and Patricia became wildly popular. It was a time of stability and prosperity, and parents wanted names that reflected that wholesome, all-American ideal. Fun fact: James and Linda topped the charts for years, proving that even in baby names, some things just never go out of style. The 80s, though, were a totally different story. Say goodbye to the Lindas and Roberts, and hello to Jessica, Jennifer, Michael, and Jason. These names were as big as the hairdos of the decade: bold, trendy, and everywhere. The 80s were all about standing out, and these names became symbols of that era's pop culture explosion. Plus, who didn't know at least three Michaels in school, right? As we cruise into the 2000s, the influence of pop culture only grows stronger. Names like Emma, Madison, and Jacob dominate the scene, thanks to a mix of Hollywood influence and a love for vintage-sounding names with a modern twist. Also, shout out to Twilight for making Jacob a household name. Thanks for that, Stephenie Meyer. And finally, here we are in the present day. The top names now? Well, we're seeing a mix of classic and unique with names like Olivia, Liam, Ava, and Noah. Parents today are all about balance, something that feels timeless, but also a little bit fresh. And let's be honest, social media plays a huge role in name trends now. One viral Instagram post can make or break a baby name. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour through the top baby names over the last 10 generations. Each name tells a story about the era it came from, reflecting the hopes, dreams, and even the quirks of the parents who chose them. Whether you're rocking a name that's centuries old or something fresh and new, remember, it's not just a name, it's a piece of history. Thanks for joining me on this name-tastic journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into history, culture, and everything in between. And hey, what's your favorite baby name? Drop it in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going.